And yeah, we are starting right now with the third match.
Welcome back to the Halcyon Unfold for Game 3 between the Sillies and Vaughn. And Tasty Bacon, you called it. We are going to have a Celeste versus Celeste in the lane.
Yeah, not at all surprised by that. And of course, your fun fact is gonna hold true, in that Celeste will be undefeated. Or no, Celeste will not be undefeated, but Celeste will have won every game.
Yep. That's kind of an interesting thing, the way that worked out. Not sure what that means about Celeste, but it's
clearly she
it's
needs a nerf.
cool.
That's apparently all we can pull from that.
All we can.
I may or may not just hate laners in general, but
hey man, I mean Celeste lane, so I don't know.
I am a Roman jungle main myself, so any laners, just nerf all of them. That's all we gotta do.
Just make them not
we do see another fight in the bottom here, and it is going to be another very close 2-on-2 skirmish. The Taka and Arden coming out actually a little worse for wear here, as Mac Daddy B is going to get hit back with that rocket leap and will be going down. First blood picked up by Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn wants blood, and they're able to take a huge team fight there with the Catherine able to land up a stun on top of a scout trap for Taka, essentially making him useless, and then finishing up there onto that Arden. So already off to a pretty good start here is Vaughn.
Yeah, they're going to be actually maybe looking for Mac Daddy once again, but no, they do just decide to back off. They cleared out pretty much the entire jungle of the Sillies. So, like you said, just really solid start, and see how well they can take this small advantage that they've picked up here. Mac Daddy just trying to kick them out of the jungle, but they're just going right back in. Here comes Omar. It's tough 'cause you can't just say here comes Celeste now, because you don't know which one it is. It's the one problem with mirror matches. But oh my goodness, Vaughn E doing a ton of damage to Mac Daddy B, and that could be another kill. It will be. And then Taka is finding himself on the wrong side of the jungle as well, but he's just going to use that Kaku. Should be able to escape this, or will he be collapsed upon? No, he's still trying to run from the Jewel. Misses the Thunder Strike, and this should be a Scout Trap doing a lot of damage. There's the stun. Vaughn is looking to go crazy in this early game. 3-0 to start the game off.
It's pretty unbelievable. I mean, this Jewel is just working out so well for them so far. And we actually have a Celeste battle in the lane. Vaughn E from Vaughn is going to be able to win that fight just barely, surviving with not so much health and barely any energy left over. In the meantime, we have another invade out of Vaughn, and they're looking to win this fight as well. Stun's going to come down to Arden. Will they be able to pick up a kill, though? That's the question.
And it's like Vaughn has just gotten better and better every game. I mean, game 1 saw the Sillies jumping out to this big 4-0 lead. Game 2 was, 2-2 and 3-3, dead even. And now game 3, Vaughn is the one with the 4-0 lead to start things off. So it's a consistent improvement from Vaughn in this best of 3, and that's exactly what you need to win these types of matches, as now they're going to find Silly Smurf trying to invade their jungle and kicking him out in a big way. He's going to try and go in using this Kaku to get to the Arden, but now Arden may be the one in trouble, as they're just going to continue chasing this down, looking for another kill.
Yep. The Taka, this time around, the Silly Smurf is doing a great job of just delaying, being very slippery in the enemy jungle, just picking up a bunch of camps, not getting caught, not getting killed. He's burning a lot of the time of the Vaughn members. At the same time, definitely are losing some farm. If you look at the Celeste, slightly ahead here. Hold that thought, we actually have another fight here. Stun going to go down onto the Taka. He's going to Kaku away. Will they be able to see him? Going to get that crit. Oh, the Thunder Strike, just barely not enough damage. And he is going to get away.
Yeah, great play from Silly Smurf, not only using the Kaku to get around the corner, but then also jumping over the minion, the jungle minion there, to put just that little bit of extra distance, and it turned out to be an incredibly important amount of distance as it kept him out of range of that Thunder Strike. But now we see the Celeste dueling it out in the Von jungle. There's just fights happening on both sides of the map constantly this game. What in the world is going on?
Well, this time Omar is going to go down again, being very aggressive, going forward, overextending a bit. Good response from the Von members, and good communication to say, hey, we got Celeste in the jungle, let's pick her up. Maybe we can get this gold mine, and that's exactly what they're going to do now.
Yeah, 5-0. Now with this gold mine going over, they are going to have a 1,500 gold lead, and just really, really strong showing here in the first 5 minutes or so from Von. Now they're gonna get Silly Smurf again. What is he doing? This is such an aggressive move, and it isn't paying off. I don't know why they keep going for these.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself. It seems like they just want to invade, even when they are behind, kind of catch up in a way by being, very aggressive, trying to get into your enemy's jungle as they steal yours, but it's definitely not working out. And that's due in part to the huge scout trap spread that we do have out of Catherine. No contraption just yet, of course, still too early for that, but she's making sure she knows she's going up against Ataka. She's putting down so many scout traps, and they're always finding him, and they're going for this. Look at this, gonna chain up the stuns, and Arden is going to go down once again.
And Von looking to deliver another upset in this tournament, as they are up 7-0. For those of you just joining us, we want to welcome everyone. Over 2,000 viewers. You're watching the Vainglory League Qualifier quarterfinals. This is Von versus the Sillies. Von seeded 20th in this tournament. The Sillies were seeded number 5. And this is game 3 of a best-of-3 match. Von is just absolutely taking it to the Sillies so far in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah, they're making it, as you said before, it looks like they are the Sillies from the first game, or even one of those very dominant teams, the dominant team we had last time, Legacy Reborn, just coming out in the beginning, being very aggressive, getting tons of kills, and putting on the pressure. 7-0. This doesn't look like the Von from the first game. You said it before, they're getting better and better by the game. Somehow, I guess the confidence from the second game where they actually won, they're able to come back on this one.
And now they're going in again. Silly Smurf being taken so low, will be able to not quite get away. Trying to use the Kagu to get out of there, but the big red button picking him off. And then Von E getting another kill as well. 9-0 in 8 minutes. Von is just playing absolutely out of their minds right now.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Taking out 2 kills now. They're looking for this first turret. Looks like they're going to dive. Omar going to try to land those stuns, but just barely getting out of the range using those boots. But they're going to continue pressuring this turret. Looks like they're not going to overextend this time around.
Or are they, as they go jumping on in? Von almost taking out Silly Smurf once again, but they do have to back off. Von C extremely low on health now. And just so much fighting for this game in the early stages. I mean, things just haven't settled down one bit since the get-go. Looking at the items being picked up, already a Sorrow Blade completed for Jewel, Eve of Harvest already done for the Celeste. It's just, they're so far ahead right now. You compare it to, actually both Celeste do have the Eve of Harvest, but then Piercing Shard already coming out from Von E, and only the Tension Bow really done for Taka. Not really bringing too much to the table at this point because he's been effectively completely shut down.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's exactly what they were going for here, Von, and they've been doing it so well. Since the beginning. Taka is just totally useless, and now jumping onto him once again, they are going to secure that kill, and the Arden Jewel is unbelievably effective in this game, man.
You could say that she's ridiculous, which is exactly what the game said. I'm so creative.
I liked it. It was good. It was good.
But we are going to be seeing they do finally get a kill on the board for the Sillies, but it's in return for the turret going down. 11-1, 10 minutes in, over a kill a minute right now for the side of Vaughn. Just such a dominant performance. Not only a kill a minute, but also approximately 1k gold per minute being earned. Just crazy, crazy numbers here for this game 3.
Yeah. So what do you do here if you're Silly Smurf? I guess you just have to somehow get onto their Celeste, but even if you do, like, the Jewel is actually just so unbelievably farmed that they could maybe even 2v3, even if they got the perfect engage onto Celeste, and Jewel's got a fantastic escape as well, so you're never really going to be able to lock her down unless she makes a big mistake. We do see Taka kind of running around the enemy jungle again. Kaku's down, and he should be going down just once again. Big red button going to clean him up.
Yeah, great job by Vaughn predicting that juke. He tried to make it look like he was going to go north, hits the Kaku, and then goes south, but Vaughn was having absolutely none of that. Both Von C and Phoenix predicting the movement and catching him on the bottom side of the map. 12-1 now at just 11.5 minutes. Already going to be starting to pick up the minion mine. They want to just push this in and just not give them an inch.
Yep, here we go. X-Retsu used on the minion, trying to get some farm down, but there is the gauntlet from Mac Daddy B. Not sure if he wants to force this fight, maybe just trying to line up a stun, but Taka's going to go down. Celeste is effectively going to be pushed out, and Mac Daddy B will go down as well.
This is just complete and utter dominance here from Vaughn. 14-1 now as they pick up another 2 kills. And looking at the scores, you have Omar is sitting at 1-2. It's been entirely in the jungle. 0-6 for both Mac Daddy and Silly Smurf here on the Arden and the Taka respectively. Just absolutely, completely unable to get anything going here for those two. I mean, it's 51 CS to 74. So it's not even like the CS is, far and away a huge lead. It's just the kills. Vaughn isn't farming minions. Instead, they're farming heroes, and it's even more effective.
Oh yeah, it's working out. And this is one of the hardest places to be as the Sillies, because you have a very farmed weapon power red Jewel, and then you've got the Celeste. Keep in mind, as I'm talking about this, Taka goes down again, and there's just so much damage output coming out from 2 huge sources. Celeste always going to have a ton of damage, even if she's not all that farmed. So what do? It looks like as Silly Smurf, he's going to try to build a couple of light armors, because Jewel is really the one that's jumping on top of him and taking him out before he has any effectiveness in these fights. But if he goes for that, he's not going to have as much damage, and it's definitely going to reduce his effectiveness. But he's got to try something.
Yeah, going to reduce his effectiveness, but, I mean, how much further reduced can his effectiveness get at this point? Only level 10 still at 13 minutes. Level 7 for Mac Daddy. I mean, we're looking at 12, 11, and 8 on the side of Vaughn. It's just such a one-sided game out of nowhere, really. I mean, the first 2 games were... the first game was relatively close, but somewhat one-sided in favor of the Sillies. The second game was extremely close, and now all of a sudden Vaughn it's like they just flipped a switch and decided, all right, let's actually play this time or something, because they're just so much better now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, this is also partially due because of the blind pick as well. I think overall, it was interesting to go for Arden instead of the Catherine. Hold that thought. Omar is going to be stunned in here, and the big red button is going to finish him off. Silly Smurf desperately trying to get some damage, but will be chunked down to barely any health. Solar Storm looking to finish him off. Taka with barely any health. Will a Thunderstrike get him? No. just missed.
Yeah, the Thunderstrike just missed, but the turret is going down anyway. They're already pushing in to the crystal turrets now. They do have to back off because, you know, sub 15 minutes, the death timers are very low. But now with Kraken about to spawn, I don't see a way back into this game for the Sillies at this point.
Yep, it's really rough. I feel like Jewel is one of these heroes. She gets very far ahead early on. You're having Thunderstrikes that are critting for like 600 damage. It's out of control at this point. I mean, Taka barely even has that much health. Looks like we are having another bit of an engaged Silly Smurf on that Taka. Will barely get out. Just barely, but only because Jewel wasn't there to shut him down again.
Yeah, nice reflex block by Omar to prevent the stun. But for how long is a beautiful, beautiful core collapse. And that's 2 more kills picked up for Vaughn. Pushing in now. Not even going to grab the Kraken. But they need to be careful because without without minions there, those turrets do have a ton of defense. But they have a wave coming in now. Only Taka to defend for 10 seconds. And they're just going to turn all their attention onto this turret here, going down so quickly. Now it's going to be the Taka getting the brunt of their focus. He's going to fall, and big Solar Storm coming from the base by Omar is going to force them away. But you got to figure that's only going to be temporary.
Yep, definitely only temporary here. What is permanent is that turret going down, only 1 left. And it should be just 1 Kraken with the Celeste on their side and the Catherine Jewel combination for a heavy engage if Sillies ever goes for that. I feel like all they have to do is, you know, keep on pushing their advantage. They could go for the Kraken. Maybe they don't want to risk it. Maybe they want to bait it out, go for a fight there. Or maybe they just want to, you know, take both the minion mines and go for a standard push after a wipe. That's been working out for them so far.
Yeah, they are going to try and push down this turret. And will it be the one turret, the dream, picked up here by Omar? Man, I am getting some serious deja vu on this game. As now they do pick up the kill. It's a nightmare on the Celeste. Von C just going in, taking out Silly Smurf. Mac Daddy, the only one left alive. The gauntlet not going to be enough. Von C just going to chase him down and pick up the kill. 12, 1, and 8 on this Jewel. 10, 0, and 2 for the Celeste. And you know, maybe a little bit unsung, 1, 0, and 18 for the Catherine. Oh, this is going to finish off the game here for sure. And Vaughn will be moving on to the semifinals.
Big upset, but they deserve it. Absolute domination here in this game number 3. Shout outs to them.
Yeah, that was just such a dominant showing in that game. Vaughn probably angering quite a few people in the North American Bracket Challenge here, with the 20th seed upsetting the 5th seed. But we'll have to see that how far they can make a run. I mean, in the first game, again, they were getting beaten really handily in the first game, but just managed to turn it around. They ended the first game strong, did pretty well in the second game, and then just completely decimated this third game. Whoever is the unfavorable task of playing them in the semifinals is definitely going to have to keep an eye out and be prepared, because Vaughn, when it's crunch time, they can really bring it.
Oh yeah, getting that confidence from game number 2, coming into game number 3 looking like a totally new team. Fantastic composition in that blind pick, and I feel like, as I was saying before, definitely a bit of a outpicking there. Winning that early fight with Jewel was so important against the Taka. No real ganks came out onto the Celeste of Vaughn either, and from there it was just a huge snowball that rolled in their direction. So congratulations to Vaughn. They will be moving on to the semifinals, moving to that next round. But for now, let's throw it back to our guys in Germany.
All right, thank you very much, guys,